Incoming Washington Township High School freshmen recently received brand new Microsoft Surface Go convertible laptops during a 3-day deployment at the high school. The one-to-one mobile devices are intended to service the students throughout their entire high school career. WTTV stopped by to get details of the newest technology rollout from members of the district's IT staff who led the effort.
There are all the Surface Go's behind us that are for the freshman class. This is our first year going with the Microsoft Surface Go. We normally use Dell laptops, but we were looking for a device that would be a little more lighter and easier for the students to use and convertible. And as part of the process, the Microsoft agreed to image the laptops for us this year. So the laptops came in imaged, but then we have to join the domain and we have to put a few things, software on that cannot go on the image. So that took us about 3 weeks to go through that process to do all 600 Surface Go's. Imaging is basically putting our system onto the devices, like our operating system that we want. The software that the district uses for the students, that all goes in as part of the image, and our settings too for the laptop. And what's so nice about it is like a little laptop at first, and has a kickstand on the back so the students can stand it up. And then if they want to, it becomes a tablet. By pulling off the keyboard, disengages. The devices we bought last year from Dell, the keyboard was attached and it flipped under. This has a removable keyboard. Okay, and then the students can also take the kickstand and, oops, a little easy because of the case, and they can bend it back and they can use it as a tablet to take notes. To try and keep the keyboard attached when you're not using it, and closed when you're not using it, and to protect the screen so that you don't leave the keyboard off and stick it in your backpack and the screen gets scratched. So it's better to keep the keyboard attached, closed when carrying, and the pen in its holder here. Okay, and basically just to wipe the screen down with a microfiber cloth. No Windex or anything, just wipe it down with a microfiber cloth. With the Surface Go's, the laptops will have to be shipped back to Microsoft if there's a problem. So they'll go down to the tech center, and if a problem cannot be fixed, then it will be shipped out. If it's a hardware damage or a broken screen, it has to be shipped back to Microsoft. And what happens is Microsoft will send us another unit, either refurbished unit, and then we'll call the student down, and he'll pick up that laptop. We'll just do a whole swap. Okay. It will be a swap system this year, but they'll have a loaner to use until theirs comes back from repair. Tech Care Plan basically is insurance if there's an accident, if the student accidentally drops it, or if there's other damage to the keyboard, that will cover that. But if there is vandalism to the laptop, if they purposely throw it, or they run over it in their car, anything intentional is not covered by insurance.
We use a product called Cisco Umbrella, and that's what does the content filtering for everybody across the district. It filters, inappropriate content, violence, things like that. And we decided internally between technology and administration, what should and shouldn't be filtered out. And everything gets filtered out for the students and faculty and staff. And then it also filters, this allows us to filter the kids when they go home. So when they go home, they will have the same level of filtering at home as they do here, so they're always kind of protected from that kind of stuff when they're using a district device. Yeah, so we use this piece of software called Absolute, and it's a GPS tracking software. So if a device gets lost or claims to be stolen, we can log into the software, and as long as the device is on, it'll send out a signal, and we could approximate where it is using the GPS on a map. So the barcode enables us to check the device in and out of our ticketing system, so we know which devices. So if this device was assigned to you, we scan it in our system, and we know that this device is assigned to you. So if it is lost, or if something comes up, someone finds a device in there. They do all have the students' names on them, but if that label comes off, these labels also associate the device with a person. So we could, tell whose device is what, and it allows us to keep track of the devices.
We have a team behind us. I have an awesome team that gets down, and as soon as the laptops hit the building, we start right away. We start with our process. We try and fine tune it every year. We find out what works, what doesn't work in the setup process. But it's because of the team behind me that really gets this done. we have a good department.